Shalom, shalom. Leviticus chapter 7. And this is the Torah of the guilt offering. It is most set apart. The guilt offering is slain in the place where they slay the ascending offering, and its blood is sprinkled on the slaughter place all around. Then he brings from it all its fat, the fat tail and the fat that covers the entrails, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them by the loins, and the appendage on the liver, which he removes with the kidneys. And the priest shall burn them on the slaughter place as as offering made by fire to Yahu'ah. It is a guilt offering. Every male among the priests eats it. It is eaten in the set apart place. It is most set apart. The guilt offering is like the sin offering. There is one Torah for them both. The priest who makes atonement with it, it is his. And the priest who brings anyone's ascending offering, the skin of the ascending offering which he has brought is the priest, it is his. And every grain offering that is baked in the oven, and all that is prepared in the stewing pot, or on a grill, is the priest who brings it is his. And every grain offering mixed with oil or dry is for all the sons of Aaron, for all alike. And this is the Torah of the slaughtering of peace offerings, which is brought to Yahu'ah. If he brings it for a thanksgiving, then he shall bring with the slaughtering of thanksgiving unleavened cakes mixed with oil, and the unleavened thin cakes anointed with oil, or cakes of finely blended flour mixed with oil. Besides the cakes he brings it as his offering leavened bread together with the slaughtering of thanksgiving of his peace offerings. And from it he shall bring 1 cake from each offering as a contribution to Yahu'ah, to the priest who sprinkles the blood of the peace offerings, it is his. As for the flesh of the slaughtering of his peace offerings for thanksgiving, it is eaten the same day as it is offered, and he does not leave any until morning. And if the slaughtering he brings is a vow or a voluntary offering, it is eaten the same day that he brings his slaughtering, and what is left of it is eaten the next day. But whatever is left of the flesh of the slaughtering of the 3rd day is burnt with fire. However, if any of the flesh of the slaughtering of his peace offerings is eaten at all on the 3rd day, it is not accepted. It is not reckoned to him to who brings it. It is unclean to him, and the being who eats of it bears his crookedness. And the flesh of that touches that which is unclean is not eaten. It is burned with fire. And as for the clean flesh, all who are clean eat of it. But the being who eats the flesh of the slaughtering of peace offerings that belongs to Yahu'ah while he is unclean, that being shall be cut off from his people. And when a being who touches that which is unclean, of the uncleanness of man, or the uncleanness of beast, or any unclean abomination, and shall eat the flesh of a slaughtering of peace offerings that belongs to Yahu'ah, that being shall be cut off from his people. And Yahu'ah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Yisrael, saying, Do not eat any fat, or bull, or sheep, or goat. Of the bull, sheep, or goat. And the fat of a dead body, and the fat of what is torn, is used for any purpose, but you do not eat it at all. For whoever eats the fat of the beast of which men brings as an offering made by fire to Yahu'ah, even the being who eats it shall be cut off from his people. And do not eat any blood in any of your dwellings, a bird or of beast. And any being who eats any blood, that even that being shall be cut off from his people. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Yisrael, saying, He who brings his slaughtering of peace offerings to Yahuwah brings his offering to Yahuwah from the slaughtering of his peace offerings. With his own hands he brings the offerings made by fire to Yahuwah. He brings the fat with the beast to be waved as a wave offering before Yahuwah. And the priest shall burn the fat on the slaughter place, but the beast shall be Aaron's and his sons. And the right thigh you give to the priest as a contribution from the slaughtering of your peace offerings. He among the sons of Aaron who brings the blood of the peace offerings and the fat, the right thigh is his portion. For the breast of the wave offering and the thigh of the contribution I have taken from the children of Yisrael, from the slaughter place of their peace offerings, and I give them to Aaron, the priest and his sons, as a law forever, the children of Yisrael. This is the anointed portion for Aaron, and the anointed portions for his sons, from the offerings made by fire to Yahuwah, on the day when Moshe presented them to serve as priests to Yahuwah, which Yahuwah commanded to be given to them by all of the children of Yisrael, on the day that he anointed them, a law forever throughout their generations. This is the Torah of ascending offerings, of the grain offering, and of the sin offering, and of the guilt offering, and of the ordinations, and of the slaughtering of peace offerings, which Yahuwah commanded Moshe on Mount Sinai, on the day when he commanded the children of Yisrael to bring their offerings to Yahuwah in the wilderness of Sinai. Leviticus chapter 8. And when Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Take Aaron and his sons with him, and the garments and the anointing oil, and the bowl of the sin offering, and the 2 rams, and the basket of unleavened bread, and assemble all the congregation at the door of the tent of appointment. And Moshe did as Yahuwah commanded him, and the congregation was assembled at the door of the tent of appointment. And Moshe said to the congregation, This is the word of Yahuwah commanded to be done. So Moshe brought Aaron and his sons and washed them with water. And he put the long shirt on him, and girded him with the girdle, and dressed him in the robe, and put on the shoulder garment on him, and girded him with the embroidered band of the shoulder garment, and with it tied the shoulder garment on him, and put on the breastplate on, and put the Urim and the Thummim in the breastplate, and put the turban on his head, and on the turban on its front he put the golden plate, the set-apart sign of dedication, as Yahuwah had commanded Moshe. And he took the anointing oil and anointed the dwelling place and all that was in it, and set them apart. And he sprinkled some of it on the slaughter place 7 times, and anointed the slaughter place and all its utensils, and the basin and at its base, and set them apart. And he poured some of the anointing oil on Aaron's head, and anointed him to be set apart. And Moshe brought the sons of Aaron, and put long shirts on them, and girded them with girdles, and put turbans on them, as Yahuwah had commanded Moshe. And he brought the bull of the sin offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands on the head of the bull for the sin offering, and it was slain. And Moshe took the blood, and put some of the horns of the slaughter place all around with his finger, and cleansed the slaughter place, and he poured the blood at the base of the slaughter place, and set it apart to make atonement for it. And he took all the fat that was on the entrails and the appendage of the liver and the 2 kidneys with their fat, and Moshe burned them on the slaughter place. And the bull and its skin and its flesh and its dung he burned with fire outside the camp, as Yahuwah had commanded. And he brought the ram of the ascending offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands on the head of the ram. And it was slain, and Moshe sprinkled the blood on the slaughter place all around. And he cut the ram into pieces, and Moshe burned the head and the pieces and the fat. And he washed the entrails and the legs in water, and Moshe burned the entire ram on the slaughter place. It was an ascending offering for sweet fragrance, and an offering made by fire to Yahuwah, as Yahuwah commanded Moshe. And he brought the second ram, the ram of ordination, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands on the head of the ram. And it was slain, and Moshe took some of its blood, and put it on the tip of Aaron's right ear, and on the thumb of his right hand, and on the big toe of his right foot. And he brought near the sons of Aaron, and Moshe put some blood on the tips of their right ears, and their thumbs of their right hands, and the big toes of their right feet. And Moshe sprinkled the blood on the slaughter place all around. And from the basket of unleavened bread that was before Yahuwah, he took one unleavened cake, and a cake of bread anointed with oil, and one thin cake, and he put them on the fat and on the right thigh. And placed all these in the hands of Aaron and in the hands of his sons, and waved them as a wave offering before Yahuwah. Moshe then took from their hands and burned them on the slaughter place on the ascending offering. They were ordinations for a sweet fragrance. It was an offering by fire to Yahuwah. And Moshe took the breast and waved it, a wave offering before Yahuwah. It was Moshe's portion of the ram of ordination, as Yahuwah had commanded Moshe. And Moshe took some of the anointing oil and some of the blood which was on the slaughter place, and sprinkled it on Aaron and his garments, and on his sons, and on the garments of his sons with him. And he set apart Aaron, his garments, and his sons, and the garments of his sons with him. And Moshe said to Aaron and his sons, Cook the flesh at the door of the tent of appointment, and eat it there with the bread that is in the basket of ordinations, as I have commanded, saying, Aaron and his sons are to eat it. Then burn the rest of the flesh and the bread with fire, and do not go outside the door of the tent of appointment for 7 days, until the days of your ordination are completed, for he fills your hands for 7 days. Yahuwah has commanded to do as he has done this day, to make atonement for you, and stay at the door of the tent of appointment day and night for 7 days. And you shall guard the duty of Yahuwah and not die. For so I have been commanded. And Aaron and his sons did all the words that Yahuwah had commanded by the hand of Moshe. Leviticus chapter 9. And on the 8th day it came to be that Moshe called Aaron and his sons and the elders of Yisrael. And he said to Aaron, Take for yourself a young bull as a sin offering, and a ram as an ascending offering, and a perfect one, and bring them before Yahuwah. And speak to the children of Yisrael, saying, Take a male goat as a sin offering, and a calf, and a lamb, both a year old, perfect ones as an ascending offering, and a bull and a ram as peace offerings to slaughter before Yahuwah, and a grain offering mixed with oil, for today Yahuwah shall appear to you. And they took what Moshe commanded before the tent of appointment, and all the congregation drew near and stood before Yahuwah. And Moshe said, This is the word which Yahuwah commanded you to do, so that the esteem of Yahuwah appears to you. And Moshe said to Aaron, Go to the slaughter place, and prepare your sin offering and your ascending offering, and make atonement for yourself and for the people, and make the offering of the people and make atonement for them, as Yahu'ah has commanded. So Aaron came near to the slaughter place and slew the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself. And the sons of Aaron brought the blood to him, and he dipped his finger in the blood, and put it on the horns of the slaughter place, and poured the blood at the base of the slaughter place. And the fat and the kidneys and the appendage on the liver of the sin offering he burned on the slaughter place, as Yahu'ah had commanded Moshe. And the flesh and the skin he burned with fire outside the camp. And he slew the ascending offering, and the sons of Aaron presented to him the blood, which he sprinkled on the slaughter place all around. And they presented the ascending offering to him with its pieces and head, and he burned them on the slaughter place. And he washed the entrails and the legs, and burned them with the ascending offering on the slaughter place. And he took the people's offering, and took the goat which was the sin offering for the people, and slew it, and made it a sin offering like the first one. And he brought the ascending offering, and made it according to the right ruling. He also brought the grain offering, and filled his hand with it, and burned it on the slaughter place beside the ascending offering of the morning. And he slew the bull and the ram as a slaughtering of peace offerings, which were for the people. And Aaron's sons presented to him the blood, which he sprinkled on the slaughter place all around. And the fat from the bull and the ram, the fat tail and the covering, the kidneys and the appendage on the liver, and they placed the fat on the breast, and he burned the fat on the slaughter place. But the breast and the right thigh Aaron waved as a wave offering before Yahu'ah, as Moshe had commanded. Aaron then lifted up his hand toward the people and blessed them, and he came down from making the sin offering, and the ascending offering, and the peace offerings. And Moshe and Aaron went into the tent of appointment, and came out and blessed the people. And the esteem of Yahu'ah appeared to all the people. And fire came out from before Yahu'ah, and consumed the ascending offering, and the fat on the slaughter place. And all the people saw, and cried aloud, and fell on their faces. Leviticus chapter 10. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, each took his fire holder, and put fire in it, and put incense on it, and brought strange fire before Yahu'ah, which he had not commanded them. And fire came out from Yahu'ah and consumed them, and they died before Yahu'ah. Then Moshe said to Aaron, "This is what Yahu'ah spoke, saying, By those who come near me, let me be set apart. And before all the people, let me be esteemed." And Aaron was silent. And Moshe called to Mishael and to Eltisaphan, the sons of Uziel, the uncle of Aaron, and said to them, "Come near, take your brothers from before the set-apart place out of the camp." So they came near and took them by their long shirts out of the camp, as Moshe had said. And Moshe said to Aaron and to Eleazar and to Elthmar, his sons, "Do not unbind your heads, nor tear your garments, lest you die, and wrath come upon all the people. But let your brothers, all the house of Yeshua, bewail the burning which Yahuwah has kindled. And do not go out from the door of the tent of appointment, lest you die. For the anointing oil of Yahuwah is upon you." And they did according to the word of Moshe. And Yahuwah spoke to Aaron, saying, "Do not drink wine or strong drink, you nor your sons with you, when you go into the tent of appointment, lest you die. A law forever throughout your generations. So as to make a distinction between the set apart and the profane, and between the unclean and the clean. and to teach the children of Israel all the laws which Yahu'ah had spoken to them by the hand of Moshe. And Moshe spoke to Aaron and to Eleazar and Ithamar, his sons who were left. Take the grain offering that is left over from the offerings made by fire to Yahu'ah, and eat it without leaven beside the slaughter place, for it is most set apart. And you shall eat it in a set apart place, because it is yours by law and your sons by law, and the offerings made by fire to Yahu'ah, for so I have been commanded. And the breast of the wave offering and the thigh of the contribution you eat in a clean place, you and your sons, and your daughters with you. For they are yours by law, and your sons by law, which are given from the slaughterings of peace offerings of the children of Yisrael. The thigh of the contribution and the breast of the wave offering they bring with the offerings of fat made by fire, to bring as a wave offering before Yahu'ah. And it shall be yours and your sons with you by a law forever, as Yahu'ah has commanded. And Moshe diligently looked for the goat of the sin offering, and saw it was burnt up. And he was with wrath, with Eleazar and Ithamar, the sons of Aaron, who were left, saying, Why have you not eaten the sin offering in a set apart place, since it is most set apart? And Yahu'ah has given it to you to bear the crookedness of the congregation, to make atonement for them before Yahu'ah. See, its blood was not brought inside the set apart place. You should have eaten it without fail in a set apart place, as I have commanded. And Aaron said to Moshe, See, today they have brought their sin offering and their ascending offering before Yahu'ah, and matters like these have come to me. If I had eaten the sin offering today, would it have been right in the eyes of Yahu'ah? And when Moshe heard that, it was good in his eyes.